Hello. Okay, so here is a note to being an army kid. I think you're forged in chaos. You don't romanticize dysfunction, and you have a lot of courage that comes from converting all the emotional, psychological damage that comes with moving every year, every couple of years of your life, and losing friends and people you care about regularly. What that does is all that micro emotional psychological damage over a period of time becomes your depth, because you become really good at uh, hypervigilance. You're also very good at pattern recognition, and if you've spent time in reading books, like somebody like me who's read a lot of books over a period of time, what happens is you have a lot of disjointed pieces of experiential and bookish knowledge, which when fused together makes you almost a massive discerning force to reckon with. So what is happening more and more is you're able to kind of sense you're able to discern frequency versus performance, and it's a very important life skill in today's environment, and this by default makes you courageous. And I'm somebody who's paid price for my courage. Okay, whether I knew it or didn't know it, I've always paid the price for it. But today, in hindsight, and this has happened this month, this has been an interesting month for me, where things have ended, where something I've held sacred has showed very dirty underbelly, and something I thought was not cool enough has actually turned out to be a gift, which did not look like a which did not look great on paper, but it's actually just a gift. And so having said that, this discernment and this moment by moment calibration of your environment to kind of I think what keeps you alive also makes you wiser. So that is the quest of being an army kid. So there are two cause, like there are two incidents that have come to my notice. So there's one incident of an ex boss of mine who was ultimately caught in Me Too, and whose company I left because he refused to sign a sexual harassment policy and told me that teach the girls to say no. And one of the girls called me to tell me that how that and I protested, I revolted, I did a public protest, which of course led to a lot of pain and repercussion at that time, because no girl below 25 was raising voices against the bosses at that time. And these are men who are very big publicly, and whatever they say becomes the truth, and you as a young nobody have no voice. But I've got a call from a girl today and who said, okay, I think what I uh, did something for her, and she's now an entrepreneur herself. And it was a very heartening call. And a similar call came from, I'm right now working in a building where my ex company is in the same building, and it's very funny. And one of the girls who I used to work with was one of my first 10 employees in this company, which is a movie marketing market leader, called me to tell me that, okay, how I kind of tried to keep the culture kosher. And I actually have fired a philandering actor, and I also raised my voice against the co-founder, who was also, just a corrupt lala over and violent, and character is flawed, etc. I don't really care about um, many things, but this was a person who was very dark but pretended to be really good on the surface. So what happens if we fall for charm? We actually don't look at the person who's the truth sayer in the situation. We just fall for the charm. And of course, even at that time, I also did a public. I don't know how to fight in private. I always fight in public. I don't take up many fights. They're normally not personal. They're always for someone else, but they end up becoming personal because you're also paying the price for it. And I think what army also teaches you have to stand up for your battalion. You have to stand up for the people who are in this with you, and that doesn't really make you a hero. It's just the part of life. It's just what you do. But you have to choose your people very carefully. I've also chosen wrong people to defend. I've also chosen I can honestly say that I've not really chosen wrong sides, because I think I've not been like life has been kind, that it has given you that wake up sign before you kind of got carried away. But my lesson out of all of this is damage to depth is a journey, and you have to allow it. Death will require you to fight some battles, and those battles will leave some scars, and without that you will be just a performative monkey with very little discernment. Discernment will save your life, nothing else, actually nothing else. And you can continue to be charming or whatever to people around you, fully protecting your core at all times. And your core should only have courage in it, courage, clarity, and Um, Courage clarity is, I think, it is the bane of my existence. And two calls this month have been very heartening. They have made my heart glad. And this is my call out to women, saying, women or anybody for that matter, stand up, have some more courage. We can all afford to be a little more courageous. No, you don't have to be in the army. You don't have to put on a uniform for it. You can do this in regular life. Yeah, no.